Everyone keeps talking about the Goldman Sachs 10,000 small businesses like it's a magic blend for business growth. But the truth is, this program is not for everyone. It's a program that if you apply too early, you can waste an opportunity. So if you're a business owner who keeps hearing about 10KSB, Goldman Sachs, 10,000 small businesses, and wondering whether it's worth the time, the effort, and the commitment, this video is for you. I work closely with the program. I've seen who thrives, who struggles, and who shouldn't apply yet. Today, I'm breaking down what this program actually is, who it's designed for, and how to know if your business is truly ready before you apply to the program. Hey, my name is Michelle Ngome. I'm the Outreach Director of the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses here in Houston, Texas. Now, overall, the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program, also known as 10KSB, has been around since 2010. It started in New York City, I believe LaGuardia Community College. It's been in Houston since 2011 and resides at Houston City College. I've been in this role for at least 2 years. A little over 2 years, and as the outreach director, I'm responsible for recruiting the entrepreneurs into the program. So I'm constantly at networking events, business events, summits, conferences, whether I'm just doing general networking, I'm sponsoring an event, I could have a vendor table, doing information sessions, whatever it takes in order for me to get the awareness of the program out there. So I want to break down a little bit about the Houston program. So this program is nationwide. So it's in 23 community colleges nationwide. Some of them are based off a city, some of them are statewide. There is a national program that is offered in the spring and fall. Once again, I'm based in Houston. I'm going to speak specifically to the Houston program, but I do want to encourage you to visit the national website, 10ksbapply.com. I will put the link in the description so you can find the nearest program to you if you qualify for the national program. That will be a lot of fun. And more importantly is you want to look into the schedule. Right? So although the criteria and the curriculum is going to be the same, the schedule is going to be different. So let's go ahead and get started. So 10KSB, it is a small business program designed to help entrepreneurs scale their business, right? The curriculum is designed by Babson College, which is one of the top-ranked entrepreneur schools in the States. So they have designed all of the curriculum, they make the updates, and then we have subject matter experts in our area will come in and teach whatever that class is, and I'll get into the curriculum later. So it's a great program. What I like most of as far as the curriculum, because they'll say it's a mini MBA, right? We know an MBA is going to be 2 years and tens of thousands of dollars. Oh, this program's completely free. I can't believe I didn't lead with that, right? It's at no cost to you. But this isn't just about theory and case studies, right? There will be case studies. The case studies are actually from our graduates, right? So that's dope. But it's a really interactive program. So yes, we have an expert coming in and they're facilitating, but you're working with your peers in the classroom. You're in and out of your seat. You're writing on the walls. You're doing a whole bunch of stuff, and you're not just being talked to for 8 hours of the day. All right. So let's talk about the criteria, right? Who qualifies for 10KSB? First things first, you have to be the owner or the business owner the owner or the co-owner of the business, right? So the owner or the co-owner of the business. We do accept nonprofits, so you have to be the founder or the executive director. And of course, you have to meet all of the other criteria that I'm going to mention. So this isn't a program where you're like, oh, I can send my assistant or my head of sales. No, we want you as the leader of your organization to be in class to get all of this information that you can apply to your business, right? This is information that you need to apply to your business in order for you to scale. Okay. All right. Second, you have to be in business for at least 2 years. You have to be in business for at least 2 years. And this isn't, oh, I got my DBA in 2020, but I didn't start operating until 2023. No. As soon as you get your business paperwork, DBA, LLC, whatever, as soon as you get that business paperwork and you're making money, that's when you're operating a business, right? And you need to be in operation for those 2 years. And why is that? Well, you have to submit your financial statements, right? I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. But when you look into business programs and procurement opportunities, business certifications, the rule of thumb is usually 2 years of business revenue, your profit and loss statement, your balance sheet, your tax returns that you have to submit, and a 990 if you're a nonprofit, right? So those business documents and those financial statements that you have to submit. The third thing is you have to have at least 2 employees, right? And that can include you and the co-owner, or you and an assistant, right? You and a salesperson. But it has to be at least 2 employees, and those people should be on payroll, right? Those people should be on payroll. We want legitimate businesses coming through this program. All right. Let's see here. Oh, and you have to have your business here in Houston, you have to have business revenue exceeding 75,000, right? In the most recent year. So this kind of goes back to being 2 years in business and proof of your financial statements, right? So 75,000 low key. Look, I could barely afford myself on 75,000, right? And this is revenue. This isn't profit, right? This is pure revenue. So you got to be doing pretty well in order to manage you and another person. I will say this, although some time has passed, it's been 6 years since COVID. Before 2020, it used to be 150K in revenue. And then it was decreased in 2020. So maybe you heard about this program before and you felt like you didn't qualify. I would encourage you to, once again, look into your local community college to see if they're offering the program and double check what that criteria is. Because since I've been here, November 23, November 23, when I was coming in, a lot of those COVID businesses were just hitting the 2-year mark, right? So to recap, you got to be the owner or co-owner, have to be in business at least 2 years. You have to have at least 2 employees and a minimum of 75,000 in revenue, with proof of verification of your financial statements. So if you hit those 4 things, what happens? You're going to do part 1 of the application, right? You have to hit all 4 of those criteria. You can't be like, oh, I hit 3 or 4. Let me send an email, make a phone call, finagle, see what we can do for you. It doesn't work like that. We literally run it through a system, we review it, and it's pretty much accept or decline, right? So if you hit all 4 of those criteria, please apply, right? You will go on, you'll do part 1 of the application. And I just have to say that because, yes, it is a small business program, but if you're just starting out, if you've only made your first $500, this is not the program for you. So please check to see if we offer the program in your area, read the website, the criteria, and then it's a commitment, which I'll get into that, right? So if you're the owner, co-owner, been in business at least 2 years, 75,000 in revenue, and you can verify that business income or business revenue, and you have 2 employees, you'll do part 1 of the application. We will invite you to do part two. That's when you will submit your financial statements, your business documents. We will give you a checklist of everything that we need from you: profit and loss statement, balance sheet, tax returns, whatever, maybe a 990 if you're a nonprofit. Whatever applies to you and your business, you will submit that. After that, we'll come in, or excuse me, we'll invite you to an interview. This is an in-person interview. We'll find the date and the time that works for you. We actually do all of our interviews, the majority of our interviews, on one day, so it's very intense. So it's in person. We will find a time slot that works for you. Come and do the interview. Win us with your woo us over with your winning personality, as I like to say. And then you hear from us in about 3 to 4 weeks and we'll let you know if you get it, right? So that's the complete application process, okay? The curriculum. So we talked about the curriculum is designed by Babson College. We have subject matter experts that come in. So this is a 12-week program. Here in Houston, we meet on Thursdays from 8:30 to 5:30, once again in person. And each week we're tackling a different topic, right? A different course. So Mod 1, Week 1, we have You and Your Business, where we start the planning. We start the beginning of the strategy, right? And I always like to say this program is great for people that, listen, if you're in Houston, you're always in traffic, right? You're driving all around the city, you're always in traffic. And what happens? The best ideas come when you can't write, right? The best ideas come when you're driving in traffic, you're in shower. So if you have this great idea and you haven't had a chance to put pen to paper, this is when you want to go through the program. Because we're going to take that idea and we're going to help create the strategy for you, right? Help put the push behind this idea in order for you to scale your business. Because every idea is $1 million idea, right? You just got to execute. So start off week 1, You and Your Business. What's the plan? How do you want to scale your business? Week 2, Growth and Opportunity. 3, Money and Metrics. A lot of people struggle when it comes to understanding the financial statements, P&L, balance sheet, income statement. A lot of people struggle when it comes to cash flow. We break it down for you in order for you to understand your numbers, right? It's so important, and I know it tends to be a weakness for a lot of business owners. But we help you with that. Week 5, we get into It's the People. Think about the human resources dynamic, your team. Week 6, Week 4, You Are the Leader. Week 5 is It's the People. Week 6 is Marketing and Selling. Week 7, Strategic Growth through Operations. We break down systems and processes, right? Not just for you, but for your team, right? So if we think about the leadership and it's the people piece, we talk about the delegation, right? Also keep in mind, if you're talking about money, your team building, you're like, man, well, I need to make, another 100K. Okay, cool. Why do you want to make 100K? If you make 100K, what will be your next hire, right? If you already know that's going to be your next hire, let's go ahead and create that system so when that person comes in, they can run with it, right? So think about your strategic growth through operations. And this is my favorite class, week 8, being bankable, is when we invite the community bankers, lenders, micro lenders, CDFIs, community development financial institutions. That could be a whole nother video I might need to consider. We invite all of these people to discuss best practices as an entrepreneur that you need to have when it's time for you to look to getting a loan, whether it's a micro loan or a loan from a big bank. And then week 9, we put everything together. It's action for growth, and your strategic plan is complete. So now this is the class. Those are the classes, but during that time, what will you be doing, right? So you're in class 1 day a week for at least 8 hours. We're going to partner you with a business advisor you're going to work one-on-one with. You'll meet your business advisor at least once a week. It can be in person or virtual. Most people prefer virtual. And then I always like to say those things that you're too afraid to ask in class, or maybe it's a very, very, very specific problem that you have, that's when you want to talk with your business advisor, right? If you do have a co-owner or another team leader that you work very well with, they can attend class with you, but this may be the time that you bring them in when you have your meetings with your business advisor, right? Also, we create peer groups for you. So what is the peer group? The peer group is when we partner you with 5 to 7 other business owners, and it's your accountability group, right? So you're going to meet with them once a week, and you're just going to discuss what's going on in class, your business, once again, your accountability group, your mastermind group over the next 12 weeks of the program. One of the things that I love most about this program is it really forces you to understand and improve your weaknesses. And then a lot of people like to say it's lonely at the top, or entrepreneurship is lonely. And I really do think it starts that way. And over time, I'll probably share more about my journey. And I do think entrepreneurship starts out lonely, but it doesn't have to be. And this is a great program to be in a group of 20, 30, 40 other business owners where you're pretty much on the same playing field, but different industries, right? It really is an amazing program. I think if you qualify, apply, I think everyone should do it, right? So that is everything that you'll be doing for the 12 weeks. Also with the 10KSB program, here in Houston, we have finished 43 cohorts altogether. So that's over 1,100 alumni. And so there's the alumni component. So there will be local and national activities that you can participate as an alumni. So if it's local, those are going to be in person with your graduating cohort, as well as all events where all of the cohorts are invited and you can come learn. And some of it is business education, and some of it's just general networking. Now, the alumni network, there is a platform called 10KSB Connect, or 10K Connect. We kind of compare it to an internal LinkedIn, or I don't know, internal, but Goldman Sachs alumni LinkedIn, where you can connect with over 16,000, probably, I wouldn't be surprised if it's up to 18 or 20,000 graduates, alumni nationwide, right? So you can type in a particular city, state, or industry, find people. So if you do, business all over and you're looking for, potential partnerships, conferences, or whatever, you can always check 10K Connect and find a person, an alumni to connect with. Just recently in October 2025, they actually had an alumni summit in DC. Unfortunately, I couldn't go. As far as staff, that was only for the executive director and the alumni manager to attend. But we did have a chance to live stream it. We actually had a watch party, but it was available for live stream, being a part of the program. So that was really cool. And then they had some heavy hitters. I think they had the CEO of Home Depot. I was kind of in and out because of my other responsibilities. But from what I understand, especially pre-COVID, they were doing a conference every 2 years. So, like, this is something that if you play your cards right, you can definitely tap in and grow beyond the 12 weeks of this program. Another thing is there's a advocacy program, right? There's an advocacy component to that. So especially now, I believe business and politics always intersect. And then, of course, some businesses more than others. But if you just think about if you want to buy a warehouse in a particular part of town, like there's things you have to do, right? There's things you got to know that's, before you can either buy this building or break ground, right? That's why local government is always important, understanding your obviously council members, commissioners, things of that nature, because they help or they contribute, both you and those elected officials contribute to the economic development of that city and definitely that zip code, right? So there's an advocacy program that's really, really hands-on and impactful if you decide to get involved as well. 10KSB, it is a great program. I think I can go on and on. I also feel like maybe I need to do a FAQ, but if you have questions, please drop them in the comments and maybe I need to do a dedicated video on just FAQs. Some of the things that come to mind real quick, here in Houston, classes are on Thursdays from 8:30 to 5:30. We do provide breakfast and lunch. You have to be in class every week, every class day. You can't have anyone substitute, so you can't have any of your employees or your co-owner come in if you know you're going to be out. We get asked that a lot. Always say, especially if it's between you and a co-owner, especially when it comes to the husband and wife teams or partnership teams, literally really have that conversation with your business partner to see who is best suited and capable and available for this program, because whoever starts the application needs to see it all the way through the interview and through the 12 weeks of class. Okay, it's a commitment. Once again, this program's at no cost, no financial cost. It's scholarship based, right? That's hence the selection process to go through the program. And yeah, once again, it is a nationwide program. It's in 23 campuses. If you go to 10ksbapply.com, has a little drop down, and you can click on your state, and then it'll show you the location in your state, or if you qualify for the national program. The national program is offered in the spring and the fall. It's twice a year. Because what they'll do is, I believe they'll select up to 300 business owners. They'll fly them into New York for an orientation. You'll do about 9 weeks of class, 8 to 9 weeks of class virtual, and then you go back to New York for graduation. So that's a lot of fun. So I will say this, this isn't something that you can finagle, like, oh man, New York sounds like a fun trip. No. This is based off of your location, right? Your location, and if the program is available in your area. So there's no way you can really move around that. I've seen people try. It doesn't work out, or it's not worth the hassle. So that's everything I have. So once again, 10KSB, you want to understand if this is the program for you. Yes, it truly is a great program, but you don't want to apply prematurely, and you don't want to waste the opportunity if you're not ready for the program, right? So make sure you qualify, make sure you're the owner, co-owner, you've been in business at least 2 years. You have at least 2 employees, a minimum of $75,000 in revenue, and you can back that up with your financial statements and business documents. Hit apply. Hit apply. Go for it. Let me know if 10KSB is one of your business goals this year. I would love to hear from you. So drop that. Let me know that in the comments. If you have any other questions, please put those in the comments. I'll definitely answer those in the comments. And if there's enough questions, maybe I'll do a Q&A, or maybe go live regarding that. But stay tuned next week, because I'm going to talk about the Goldman Sachs 1000 Black Women Black in Business program. You don't want to miss that. All right. Thank you, everyone.